Hi, I'm Ketchup, and today, tests of MotoGP at the Sepang circuit have ended. We know who was the fastest and who seems to be favourite for the 2024 season. Tests of the best junior series are also ongoing. Who has performed the best so far and which young drivers have a chance to make it to Formula One in the future? Many new paint jobs for cars and motorcycles have appeared in recent weeks. Which one are the most beautiful? Finally, a few other pieces of news you might have missed. Here are the motorsport news from last 2 weeks. Of the new MotoGP season, traditionally in recent years, before the main tests are held at the Sepang circuit. During the 3-day tests, we got to know roughly the layout of the grid and the level of the most riders. The results from day 1 look as follows. Immediately, the first thing that catches the eye is the rider with number 31 on the gas motorcycle. Despite it being the first day of testing, P2 for the only rookie this season is impressive. It seems that Pedro Acosta has quickly adapted to the new machine. It didn't look worse in the following days where he was 8th second time. Interestingly, his teammate commented after the tests. Thanks to the fact that he was fast, I was able to copy things, and the electronics, for example, which we were also lost. I copied. I will wake up. If I will lost, he will help me. But of course, I have to beat him, said Augusto Fernandez. Unfortunately, on no day of tests did we see the new Pramac rider Franco Morbidelli, who had an accident during the Ducati test at the Portimao circuit. He probably won't make it to the test in Qatar, but there is a chance we'll see him in the first Grand Prix of the season. The fastest on the second day was Enea Bastianini, which may also be somewhat surprising, as the Italian couldn't consider the previous season successful. But it seems that this year's machine suits him much better, as he himself emphasized. I feel more confident. Last year was completely new for me. The team, the bike, also the work inside the team. This year I know better what I have to expect. Also the 2024 bike for me has been better, when I tried it for the first time in Valencia. It's a good start. I think Enea Bastianini can be considered as one of the candidates for the championship title. The third day, the fastest was Pecco Bagnaia, with his biggest rival from the last season just behind him, in the standings. Both gentlemen haven't lost their verve, and they will likely witness many interesting duels involving them again. Quite sadly, for impatient fans, Ducati still holds a huge advantage over the rest of the grid. Apart from Bezzecchi and the rider Piro, everyone else reported in top 7 on the last day of testing. It's also worth nothing the improvement of Honda, which is gradually catching up with its rivals. Joan Mir, who best adapted to the new Honda machine, finished the test in P9, third best not counting Ducati's man. Honda has improved but not enough to fight for regular podiums. New Honda riders Zarco and Marini weren't as quick as when they were riding the Ducati machine. Quite interesting is that every manufacturer were faster by over half a second. This is a statistic showing how much each motorcycle has improved compared to last year's test. Therefore, from year to year they are getting faster. Now we are transitioning from two-wheelers to four-wheel vehicles. The tests of Formula 2 and Formula 3 at the Sakir circuit in Bahrain have concluded. Quite unexpectedly, it rained on the first day, so I will consider the last 2 days. Let's start with F2, where a representative of Barbados, Zane Maloney, performed the best, finishing first on the second and third days. A solid performance from the new member of the Aston Martin Academy, Jack Crawford, who finished behind Rodin's driver twice. Nothing extraordinary from Martin and Berman, who are main championship contenders. Debutants Miata and O'Sullivan performed well. These tests were certainly very important for the great talent of Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who after winning FRECA Series immediately moved up to F2 category and joined one of the best teams. Expectations are high for him, but whether he will meet them remains to be seen. In F3, on the other hand, Luke Browning looked the best, who, like Maloney in F2, was the fastest on the second and third days. The Briton obtained a significant advantage over Soloff on the last day. However, excluding the high-tech driver, the Bulgarian was the best performer. He was in the top 10 in every session. Some debutants also have performed solidly, worth mentioning are Leon, Stenshorn, Dunn and Esterson. It's clear that not much can be said after these tests. Many rookie drivers sat in their new cars for the first time. For F2 it was also the first session with new-looking cars. Traditionally, before the start of the season, fans eagerly await the presentations of new cars by the respective teams. Personally, I'm not overly concerned about it unless there's some very exceptional livery. In this case, I was intrigued by the Repsol Honda livery. It's unconventional compared to the previous years, but very similar to the livery when Valentino Rossi used to ride for Honda. It's probably a nod to the arrival of his half-brother to the team. I've seen many people not thrilled with this livery, but I like it. The VR36 team also has a slightly different livery, as does the second Aprilia Trackhouse Racing team, whose appearance has changed drastically. Paint schemes of F1 cars, I will present them to you one by one. Other news from IndyCar. David Malukas sustained an injury after a mountain biking accident. Unfortunately, he had to undergo surgery on his left arm. As a result, the American will be sidelined for about 6 weeks, and we won't see him in the first race of the season in St. Petersburg. The new McLaren driver wrote on Instagram. Firstly, I want to give a big thank you for all of the support from the fans and everyone involved in my recovery. It has been incredible and has helped me so much to get through these first few days after surgery. Through this time, I've been working on a recovery plan with many great people from all over to make sure I can get back in the car as soon as possible. I feel gutted for letting the team and sponsors down as we worked so hard this off-season to be ready and have so much to show. I will continue to do everything I can from outside the car to make sure that I'm ready to come back, stronger and get some results with the team. Due to injury, Malukas will also miss pre-season testing. He will be replaced by Callum Ilott, who dropped out of the lineup for the 2024 season. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed. It's my first film, so in the next ones I will try to improve some details. See you soon, bye!